Bam. Going live, guys. Welcome to the stream tonight. We haven't been here for a while. We've been over on TikTok because YouTube has been shadow banning me and interfering with. They've been doing stuff. So we got it going on over there on TikTok. I had a couple of live streams for the new. We got a new channel, Coach's Kitchen, over on YouTube, and we did a couple of live streams where we was actually cooking some stuff, and we had 261 people show up. So we've been hanging around over on YouTube, but and we're about to get back to work, about to get back to Okay, so some of you guys that have been following me over on where I've been. Okay, I've been doing remote helping this young lady who's actually her whole family has been attacked by the foreclosure attorneys and whatever, and so she has been, when I say she, because she was the one that was in charge of all of the stuff and managing all of the stress from dealing with this situation since 2009. It's been, and people say that all the time, but I don't have a lot of people that can say they blocked the sale 5 times. She blocked the sale 5 times. That was before she found me. Yeah, well, now we're learning how to get on by that, because blocking the sale, the big thing is blocking the eviction process. Oh, welcome to the show, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so I've been on this remote. Well, y'all know me. I'm Coach Neighbors. We got to change that. That's where Pro Say Lawsuit Center. But I still think of it as school. So don't call me and ask me to hold your hand, or call and ask me a bunch of questions that you can find on Google. So I've been doing this remote to help this family, and it's been an eye-opening experience for me. It also has allowed me to see more of the things, more of the stuff that happens, and in a lot of cases we don't even know it's happening. And we're going to talk about some of that tonight. I gotta get in my yoga position so I can stretch while I'm talking, or have a situation. Okay, so we've changed a few things that we're doing to block the eviction process. And my friend Julie, today's been about allergy day, so my voice may even sound funny. Yeah, but we're here, we're getting it done. Okay, so my friend Julie, they've been trying to take her property and run her out of money for quite a while now. And when I say run her out of money, we'll get to that. We're going to get to how they do the beat down. Okay, how they do the beat down. That's what we're going to get to tonight. And so before we get to that, because y'all ass already know about the beat down shit, okay, we're going to talk about how we did our beat down on their asses. Oh yeah, my nails look pretty. My hands look rough. I need lotion, but my nails looking good. All except that one that broke. But it ain't come off yet. Okay, this is gel and they go to hell. Okay, go to Empire Nails over in Sedona, ask for Kevin, and he'll hook you up. Tell him the big guy said that he was going to hook you up for free. No, don't tell him that, because he's going to charge you double. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's just, we got somebody here. Private and confidential. Good evening. Welcome to the show tonight. And we're gonna start getting back on here more often. I just want to let YouTube know that my ass can go without their shit. Okay, they can do this shit they want to, whatever, and we're still gonna be here. Okay, we're still gonna be here. We're gonna be over on TikTok. We're gonna be over on Twitch. We're gonna be over on some of those other channels that appreciate what we're doing here and don't spend so much time kissing attorneys' asses. I'm just throwing it out there, YouTube. You can shadow ban me some more. I don't give a shit. All of the people who are all my subscribers, you guys need to resubscribe. Click that button, ring that bell, and do all that over again. Because one of the other things that YouTube does is they unsubscribe your people. That's another thing they do. They unsubscribe your people so that when you go live with shit they don't want to talk about or don't want people to know about. Oh. the real-time feedback, it's hot. It's hot. The real-time. Now, how else would I know that? I didn't know shit about none of that stuff. But when people start explaining it to me, and I'm already feeling I'm ass back here, but it don't matter because it ain't nothing I ain't already, it ain't nothing that it ain't nothing new. They tried 3 times to shut me down. 3, I'll get my fingers mixed up. Oh, yeah, I got in trouble. My granddaughter yelled at me for doing that. I told him I was just trying to count 1, 2. Anyway. Okay, so we decided to take the fight to their ass. And that was kind of, the logistics for doing the remote. So what's that mean, Coach? Well, I'm here putting together and we got a new RICO mandamus lawsuit package too. That's what we're using right now. That's what we're using right now. And so I put it together and I'm working on it. And these fools, okay, they contact my friend and they tell him, okay, we sold your house. They emailed her. And then they have people show up at her house like 3 times with that, demand to vacate letter. Demand to vacate. Wait a minute. They just sold the shit like last week. This is a judicial state, or even if it's a non-judicial state. I think there's this thing where it's called unlawful detainer, which is totally illegal too. But they have to put you through that before, they can throw you out on the street. Unless they can harass you and do all of their predatory conduct to scare you, to get you to pack up. Oh wait, no. They're not asking for Julie to pack up. Okay. They're harassing this young lady, hoping that she'll have a mental breakdown, and then they'll just get to take her stuff free. Yeah. 3 times they sent people over here with these fake ass, and none of it came from was signed from the court judge. None of it came from the court. One signed, they just bringing it. And so what we did was we took the fight to their ass. Well, I did. I made her stay home because I didn't tell her this when I went down there, but I made her stay home. I didn't because I was already talking shit on the internet, and I called them a few times. I know. I tell y'all I have to call them and give them shit. I'm doing the same thing. As a matter of fact, we got a date tomorrow to call their ass and talk to some people. I got all their and and just gonna let them know No, the RICO lawsuit's filed. Matter of fact, I don't even show it to y'all, but I got it right here. This is the folder that I took when I went to visit these fools at their house, and it had, now this is stamped, and I'll show it to you a little closer. What I took them was non-file stamped, and I rushed over to because I wanted to let them know that. There we got a new sheriff in town, so she's gonna be going down differently. There's a lot of shit that ain't gonna be going down. Yeah, I'm still on location, so it's not as easy to have everything organized like I like to have it, but we got it right here. So right here is our civil complaint, as you can see, for RICO fraud, due process violation, declaratory relief, injunction relief, and damages. Now, we demanded declaratory and injunction relief because they keep trying to scare her off her property and make her have a heart attack and die. I think maybe she suffers from PTSD from being harassed by these fools for freaking 10 years, thinking that every morning she wakes up, they're going to be coming there. Oh, yeah, there's case number. For all of you people who need to, that don't think, yeah, that's it. That's okay, but that ain't all. Y'all know Coach Neighbors ain't going down to drop off nothing. Without some fire in the hole. Emergency motion for a temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction. Oh, so can you ask for declaratory relief and preliminary injunction in a complaint? Yeah, we did right there. And no, most people don't do that because you're limiting yourself by following the same rules that they put together for you to follow while they're kicking your ass and taking your shit. Oh, so what about so we're a little bit off the subject here, but this is actually more important to show you the power for you people that are doing this yourself. Do you see that? The statement of constitutional emergency. That's fire. That is fire out of the hole. And the reason it's so fire is because when you come to the table with a statement of constitutional emergency in your stuff, it ties the hands of the administrative people. It ties the hands of the court. And okay, let me back up. It doesn't tie the hand. Let me put it to you the way that it read when I learned it. When you come to the table with a statement of constitutional emergency, the court has to send that shit up to the higher court, to the next court. And when it gets there, that court has to strip away all of the administrative bullshit that you've been putting up with for all of this time trying to get shit done. Bam! Oh. Just, I know what y'all, I know what you're thinking. What the hell does that look like, Coach? I don't know. Maybe I should let y'all go and Google it. Or, okay, well, at least I said Google before I said buy my stuff, right? Ow. But you know what? I don't have no problem showing it to you here. Okay, so I'm just going to read it to you and then I'll show it to you. Okay. So the plaintiff, Julie D. Freeze, by special appearance and declares this constitutional emergency of the highest order. The core liberties protected by the U.S. Constitution, including the property rights, access to federal courts, and due process under the 5th and 14th Amendment, have been systemically violated through acts of fraud, deception, and abuse of power by state and county actors, coordination with private individuals. This emergency arises from not one single misstep, but from repeated patterns of misconduct and racketeering. They won't play? Executed under the false color of statutory authority. Remember, statutes and codes are not valid. Oh, I can read this a whole bunch of times. Ow! Okay, sorry. I hope I'm not waiting. Oh man, my allergy is about to kill me today. Okay, so I can read this a whole bunch of times. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, but from repeated patterns of misconduct and racketeering executed under the false color of statutory authority. And the Arizona statute used to justify foreclosure lacked 3 constitutional mandated elements of valid law. Oh, an enacting clause. I put it right in here. I ain't gonna make them go look it up right now. A title and a body. The plaintiff's property has been taken. Her license, her appraisal license was revoked. Her vehicle license was revoked because they pulled her over and said she was driving while talking on the phone. She said she was saying MapQuest. Yeah. Okay. So then, no. Oh wait. No, they took her appraisal license before I got here over some other stuff that they said was criminal. But from what I heard so far, it sounds like it was BS. But you know what? We'll get to that. Yeah, right now, we're right here. Here's where we're at right now. Okay, so they took her license, her appraisal license, and what they're doing, I'm just going to throw it on the table. In my opinion, they're busting her down. This is what the government does. They bust you down, and they cut off your money. Cut off your money. They lie to everybody. They tell a bunch of lies. They cut off your money. And then they start jamming your ass up with their policies and shit that aren't correct. All right, sorry. Let me settle down. Okay, so that's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful. I gotta get this. I'm showing it there, so y'all can freeze it and copy it, whatever you gotta do, because I don't give a crap. Right there it is. This is bad ass right there. Okay, so can you put a statement of constitutional emergency in a temporary restraining order and a preliminary injunction? Can you do those 2 things the same? Yes, you can. And we did. And then can you put a constitution statement of constitutional emergency in everything you shove in their face? I was going to say something else, didn't you? I was not going to say that. I was not going to. Okay, how about this? I haven't got to her stuff yet, okay, because this is, how about this? Can you, and I hope this opens the doors. I got somebody here with a door open. We just get started, private income. Yeah. Okay, how about this? Can you put a statement of constitutional emergency in your demand to recuse the judge? Oh, how about can you put the statement of constitutional emergency? Because you got my package, it don't. So the foreclosure writ mandamus package has it, and I think the $1,500 foreclosure defense package has it, but it will when okay. So what if you had the statement of constitutional emergency on the demand to strike the judge's stuff because the judge is not registered as a foreign agent, which is a federal law. The Foreign Agent Registration Act requires that all these fools no. So wow. What if you was in court and you had to go to the bathroom? So you made a motion to go to the bathroom and you added. Okay, I think you get what I'm saying here. This, and do your research. I mean, I've done it. I got excited, and when I started running with it. This is a damn badass way to force them to respect your constitutional rights, your due process. Oh. Okay, so the new RICO package is gonna look just like that. It's pretty skinny too. I mean, it's like 5 pages. Yeah. Well, okay. So we're gonna add. We already need to do a supplemental pleading. Remember, that's how we change shit around here or whatever. Do a supplemental pleading. You can find the rules for that on Federal Rules of Civil Procedure underneath how to file an amendment, all the way down to the bottom down there, and you'll see what the rules are for that. So we're gonna have to do a supplemental pleading, and I just filed this shit yesterday. I think it was yesterday, day before yesterday. Hell, I don't know what day. A couple of days ago, and we need to add income tax evasion. We're adding income tax evasion, and I called to ask this today. Well, one, I need to call the rest of them tomorrow because it got kind of late. I talked to Mr. Schultz. Well, I didn't actually talk to Mr. Schultz. I talked to Mr. Schultz voicemail. And, I let him know that my friend Julie wanted me to convey to them that, it would go a long ways and show good faith for them to notify her that they dismissed the sale bullshit. Sorry, I'm just going to call it the sale bullshit. Okay, and if they don't by the end of the week, when I get back to my office, then we're just going to go ahead and add income tax evasion because I've already checked the records. I checked the records for the mortgage, the mortgage foreclosure law firm mill, and they have not one time provided the eight. I have to give me a second here. The 883 asset allocation statement that's supposed to be provided with the financial paperwork for every foreclosure that they initiate. They haven't. Okay, so I've been doing this a minute, and so I'm going to go out on a limb and say if they didn't provide that document, they didn't provide any of the rest of them. Did they even accept the financial liability into their business, or did they just pass? I don't know. I don't know how they do that. Okay, but we got the lawsuit, we got and we also got the summons, everything's filled out. So that's going out tomorrow, and then we look all of these people up that are involved on people. I use People Looker, and then we make sure that we have their information. Okay, so we took the fight to them. I drove down there 2 hours and some time or whatever, and I delivered. We delivered a packet. Now I told the law firm I was coming because I wanted to meet with Christine Harper, because we're suing her for not only her bar card, we're also suing her for assets. So I wanted to meet with her, find out what kind of car she drives, because my friend might want to switch up too. Okay, so had I not been here to see this myself, I may have been young. I may have been yelling at her for not doing it right, or not something, And I'm like, damn. Okay, so first off, I didn't even know where to start. They had her property case in 3 different courts. They started out in state court, and she filed and jammed them up. And then they moved it over to federal, which they can't do. But Julie didn't know that. And so then she got into, no, that's another court. And then she went to bankruptcy court. I hadn't counted that court. Damn. Okay, so while she's in bankruptcy court, everything's supposed to be state, but they kept taking her money and bullshitting with her and not doing that, And then, it bought her some time. And then I got back involved. And 3 different courts. So they had her in the state court, okay, because they do judicial foreclosure starting in the state court. Okay, and then they hadn't even done the eviction process. So she's in state court, and then she was already in, then she's in federal court, and then she's in bankruptcy court. And then they didn't tell her she wasn't in bankruptcy court anymore, but I told her this is how they were going to do it. And so we were already getting prepared. So she wasn't in bankruptcy court anymore, and then her property was sold. She didn't even get a notification that she wasn't. Okay, so none of that matters. 3 different courts. Now, here's the problem that they have now. They usually do the eviction process in the JP court or municipal court. And municipal court gets its judicial authority from itself, from the city ordinance. Oh, that's some serious bullshit right there. Okay, so, but even more serious than that is the fact that municipal court doesn't have judicial authority to hear any property disputes. No, they tell you they don't tell you this. They tell themselves that it's a landlord-tenant issue. It's not a landlord-tenant issue. It's still your property. It's your damn property until they kick your ass off of it. It's your property until you stink and stop fighting and give the hell up. Okay? 3 different courts. Okay, so the problem is that they have now is that we filed our RICO in the court they were supposed to file in for the eviction process. And I don't even know if they filed it yet. They were so busy trying to make her have a nervous breakdown with her PTSD from dealing with all this stress that they didn't even worry about filing it. But I already know where they're going to file it, where they always been filing the stuff, in the Justice of the Peace Court or whatever you want to call it. Oh, so now our lawsuits filed in the Superior Court against all of them fools. and for RICO and some other stuff. We got to add some tax shit in there. And so how they gonna play that? Are they rushing over there to file it in the JP court? Did they already file it? Did they already file that shit in the Justice of the Peace Court and just going through the motions? Oh, bam! They were getting punched in the face. That's all I gotta say. They're getting punched in the face. The eviction is not that they put you through process is for landlord-tenant bullshit. You know. Now, in some states, when it gets to this point, they try and turn you into a landlord-tenant process by making you pay a bond. I think it's called a bond or something. And when you pay that so that you can appeal, what you're doing is you're agreeing that you're a damn tenant and this is your rent to stay here until they finish kicking your ass off. That's my opinion. Okay, that's my opinion on it. So the states start their predatory practices when they start attacking you, pull you over, they give you a ticket for stupid shit. You know, they already know you can't play because they already jammed you up for your license. They took her appraisal license over some, yep. And then, they give you a ticket. And then, you're still trying to get your registration and save your property from being taken from you. I'm going to think doing a check down, okay, that ticket ain't got that much. It's not that high on the list of priorities for most people. Okay, oh, wait. Now, since you didn't pay the ticket, they're going to block your registration. They're not going to register your vehicle because you didn't pay your ticket. Total bullshit. That's all right. So now you got a vehicle that's not registered. Do you go to work? What if you get pulled over in the vehicle? Then you get another ticket. And so now she's scared to drive because you're gonna get another ticket, and she didn't pay the last ticket, and they don't have registration because she got a ticket. It's a ticket. I don't know. Oh, okay, and then they start serving her the 5-day notice to vacate. Not signed by a judge, ain't signed by nobody. 5-day notice. Oh wait, I take that back. There was something on it to let us know where it came from, and I didn't see it. I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't see it. She brought it in. Remember, she's a real estate appraisal. She goes over stuff, and So she brought it in. She said, "Here you go." Oh, it's not signed by a judge, whatever. And she, yeah. So I started researching his name, whatever. And, yeah. And then she comes back in a few minutes later. She said, "Did you look at it close?" Uh-oh. I missed something. Oh, down there underneath that number was the law firm's logo. And there. So that fake paper to vacate came from the eviction attorney's office, who, they got a copy of what we filed. Okay, so her property has 20 different deeds. 20 different deeds. Are you kidding me right now? So the player's predatory conduct is egregious, and Julie was pretty maxed out every time. It's obvious to me that all of this stress that she's had to go through has affected her, and I think she has PTSD from it. I think she does. I'm not a psychiatrist or nothing like that, but I've had 4 mental evaluations in 4 different states while they shit my ass all around, punching me in the face, and then going after my ex-wife. So yeah, I mean, so I told her that at this point in our beatdown, that they're going to have to contact her. They'll be contacting her, and she looked at me. I said, they'll be contacting you, and it's going to be a player from your past that was supposed to help you with something, a sorry ass attorney that's supposed to help you with something. They're going to contact you and let you know that they can help you with this. And she looked at me like, what? Yep. Because right now, welcome, Frederick. Did you get your email? I finally remembered to send you over what I promised you. Okay, so I told her they're going to be contacting you. She's like, what? Yeah, they're going to contact you. Because they need to get somebody else in charge to stop this beatdown. And the only way they're going to do that is to get you to agree to let, And that was like a while back. The other day, day for yesterday, I don't know what day it is anymore. Yeah, she got a text from an attorney that screwed her over in the criminal stuff that happened before I got here. Oh. And so in his text, he told her that pretty much she was a piece of shit, and that the judge was pissed off at the letter that was sent to him, and we didn't send no letter to the judge. I sent the lawsuit too. So the judge must be mad at the assholes that got the packages delivered. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. And so that the judge, was pissed, and it was his job. He was going to be helping her with this because she knows she don't have no chance in hell, whatever. And so she asked me if I could say some things that I can't really say right now. I can only say it if it's an accident, and what she was going to say was not accidental. And I told her, hell yeah. And then she sent me over his information. And so, oh, I love my job. So I add his ass to the email that I sent out with the file stamp copy of everything, and I added a picture to it that was provided to me to show that the dude was out of the line. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. And I sent the email out to them, and I let him know that if he wants to get in the way, he needs to contact me, because I run this show right now. Okay, not Julie or not, Now I'm running for her, so y'all have to know how I roll. When you get like the family status, then yeah. And so we added him to and you know what? I think when I do the supplemental plea, I may just go ahead and add his ass. Because I haven't worked on this too long to have any bullshit like that get in the way. So we ain't gonna have that. The predatory conduct stops right here because we got a new sheriff in town. And all they're doing. Oh, and the attorney mentioned in his bullshit words that he sent over that she knows she don't have a chance because of her condition. Oh. They some cocky assholes, ain't they? And we'll see how cocky they are now, because that shit's on the record. And I know there's been some phone calls coming out of that place. And we didn't file it. We did not file it in the same place where they've been kicking her ass and shit. We filed over there. I thought I was driving 45 minutes. It turned out to be a damn hour and a half each way. I filed in a big ass freaking court. Okay, so the value of that is if you don't file in their shithole, they have no control over it or very little. They can't manipulate it if it comes from over there because they're going to email it over there and they can change the shit over here, but they can't change the shit that's over there. How the real-time feedback, Jack, has helped us come up with this shit that we do to kick their ass. Now, I'm going to get my own self-review on this bad dog roar. And give myself unreview. So y'all know I'm on this. Now, we did this a little backwards. Instead of getting the stuff filed and expecting to file stuff to stop the shit, I ain't coming up in the yard no more doing shit. So we just went over there and took the fight to their ass. I took the fight to their ass and delivered the shit on. Now the investor, Spencer Caldwell, rolled up behind me while I was parked a couple of houses up trying to figure out where his address was. And two houses at the end of the line, right before it hit the curb, it appeared to me that they didn't have addresses on them. I couldn't find the address. And so, I got a couple of friends that know about property stuff, and I mentioned that, and they said, oh, well, LLCs do that a lot when they change the LLC back and forth and do all this shady stuff, these shell corporations, what they call them, and they change it back and forth, and then they don't want people to know. Okay, that's some stupid shit, okay? The dude's address was 2533, and then 2547, that's, Okay, but that wasn't tripping me up. The dude rolled by me real slow trying to see who it was, and I pretended I was looking at my phone. And then I was like, damn, I ain't trying to have drama before I get the bomb dropped off. So I drove around the block, and then I parked on the next, to give him time to go in the house. And then while I was parked there, this other lady came out to walk her dog. Nobody walks your dog at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Arizona when it's 200 degrees outside. Okay, and she only walked the dog like up one house and then back. So I decided that I needed to pull him out of there. So I drove back around. Oh, the dude was still standing in the garage. Okay. So I drove around one more time. I figured everybody was running to call the police. But I have a police hat. Anyway. So I drove back around, and then I made an executive decision that I wanted to leave the packet with the neighbor because I didn't want to go in his yard or whatever and cause drama. It was almost 5:30, and I was getting hungry and thirsty, so I had to do a couple of check downs. But it worked out pretty cool because I didn't leave it at the neighbor's house right next to it. Didn't have a thing on his house either because both them is some fraud. So the third house over, I left it on that dude's front porch, and I'm sure that he would serve them without charging me. Without charging me any money. So tomorrow I'm going to be contacting attorneys again. Well, I contacted one today and talk shit and tell them that, it's going to go a long way if they cancel the sale bullshit. Otherwise, her legal team's going to finish this job. And not only are we going to include, the IRS stuff or whatever, we're going to... we're going to be doing some other stuff. We got some other stuff, and we got the RICO lawsuit package now. We're going to get it on the website here in the next few days as soon as we get this thing all wrapped up. And, the foreclosure mortgage law firm has been exposed right now. And, the other thing that they don't understand that's coming to the other part of the ass whooping that they're getting from us is the fact that the videos that Now y'all know Judge Annie T. Christoph will tell you about that. So we'll do the try to rip me off for one of the packages. Pretty soon, all these videos that we post about their illegal fraud and crap is going to pull up underneath their website. It's going to pull up underneath their Facebook page. Oh, it's going to be right there. Yeah, right there underneath their page. Oh yeah, Rico, Civil Rico, and there's still commercial Rico. I don't know. Can you sue them both? Can you sue them again for? Oh, and so one of the things that was interesting too is when we sent them an email of the first email with the original Rico package. Okay, what happened was they changed it. I'm going to take that off. It's getting hot. They changed the shell corporation that was showing they bought the property. And well, it didn't take me 5 minutes to look that shit up. And it was Spencer Caldwell's wife, Alicia. I think her name was Alicia. So we're able to add her to the RICO claim. Now you guys know how I roll because I usually add the spouse anyway, but we usually attack their property and add it as damages and their assets. And then we have to contact the spouse and provide them with a copy of the counterclaim. We have to serve them a copy of the counterclaim since we're taking their property. But you don't have to serve the other people because you're already kicking their ass. So we didn't have to do that because they got too slick. And I think part of what they were doing was they just wanted to make sure that they wanted to, I don't know. I think what they were doing from my coaching perspective and doing this or whatever and having the counter, what they're doing was they were trying to get into court and have us have the wrong LLC on the lawsuit. I don't know how that would have helped them anyway. Because we don't just do one thing, go sit down. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. So we had to change paperwork and add them, and then that's when I got tired of that shit, and I decided to just drive down there and they need to see a face, and they need to see a face. They need somebody that's pissed off and ain't having that shit. They saw my face on the Ring camera. And so I went to the attorney's office. I told their ass I was coming. They didn't open the door. I know they looked at me in the Ring camera. I was standing right in front of that motherfucker. They didn't even talk to me through the door. I thought I heard somebody walk up. Like, what the hell? So I just took that big old packet and slid it under the door about halfway. And then I grabbed my camera so I could take a picture of it so I could prove that I delivered it. And somebody grabbed it and pulled it under the door. And they still didn't want to talk to me or say nothing. Oh, no, hell no. I didn't say shit. It was time to get the hell out of there, okay? The bomb was delivered. I need to get the hell out of there. It wasn't time for drama, okay? Because when they look at that, they're going to be really mad. So, it's time to go. Besides, the goal was to let them know and let them see my ass. And they did. And now they sent the attorney over to control the situation, and which is what I told her they were going to do. Then, so we beat his ass. And so, okay, so what we're doing, and Frederick and I talked. Coach Frederick and I talked about this. He's doing the same thing right now. We're learning how to just crush their ass in state court and not have to go pay the $400. Questioner asked in state court not to go pay $400. And so the sorry ass attorney that called to get in the way was James Linehan. They call him Jimmy. Lenahand. Yeah, we about to be good friends. And I told him if he wants to come get in the way over here, oh, he better bring a damn lunch. Oh, okay. So, and this was some very important shit right here. Okay. Who right now we're suing an eviction process or to get back in, we're suing these people. And this is the longest list of damn people I ever had but when I point these out to you, I think it's going to be worth all the time that you spent listening to me yakking. Okay, so now in Julie's case, in her RICO, I'm just gonna put it up so you can see that shit. There you go. The Board of Supervisors. Okay, so that's, you can stop it. I'm gonna talk about it now. You can. Okay, so the Board of Directors or the Board of Supervisors. Some places it's the Board of Supervisors. Some places it's the Board of Directors. The county treasurer, we're suing the county treasurer. These are people you need to sue if you've been evicted or you trying to stop the eviction or the sale or whatever, because all of these you sue the Board of Directors or the Board of Supervisors. The county treasurer, the county recorder, the court clerk. And fifth, and I have these in order that I think that I would do them in. Fifth is the sheriff's department. Why? Come on now. You sue the sheriff's department, you shut down their ability to come over and throw your shit out in the yard. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know how, and when I get that shit all file stamped, oh, well, they're all going to be served. But I'd have copies at the house to hand out to these assholes trespassing on your property. Mm-hmm. The sheriff's department. And last, well, wait a minute, not last, I think there was 7. Yep. The sheriff's department. And next, did I say last before? I can't count. I can only count money. Okay, so the new buyers. 6 would be the new buyers. Now, Marquita sued the new buyers by the new buyer's self. But that was before we learned about all of these people. Okay, she sued the new buyer by the new buyer's self. And she included the statement, the emergency statement. Yeah. And the new buyer freaked the hell out. The new buyer put the house up for sale like the next day after he got served this shit. And then the new buyer took out a protection order against Marquita. So and then Marquita said he painted her house and shit looked really nice, but she really wanted a fence. I said, shit, hit the household up. And that's what this is about. Negotiating. Hey, I tell her, let me help you with this. Hey, new buyer asshole. Oh, wait, I'm a new buyer because I just got my shit back. Old buyer. Old buyer. Okay. Old buyer asshole. Here's the thing. I got a deal for you. Okay, so Marquita's showing the ass for $800 million. I went in with $200 million. She just stepped all over my shit. $800 million. She's serious too. And I love it. And so I told her, look, call the new buyers and tell them, look, here's the thing. I'm suing y'all asses for $800 million. Okay? But what I'm going to do for you, if you build me the fence that I want and make it the way I want it, I'll take $200 million off of the $800 million and they'll leave it at $700 million. Not times not Okay. But you see what you see where I'm headed with that. I mean, even you got to go up, the $3 million fence. Oh, damn, that's not like the wall Trump. Oh, okay. Maybe you want to throw a pool in there too. I don't know. Okay, so number 6 is the foreclosure attorney and the law firm. The foreclosure attorney and the law firm is last. And the reason I have them last is because, well, they have the most, how you say, my friend said, culpability. And I just call it liability. You have the most evidence against them because they're the ones doing all the shit or whatever. So there ain't no need to put them first. You want to put the people first that want to get out. Okay, remember, the goal here is to make them deliver your deed to your ass. Okay, all the laws that for property that these supposed to be delivered, but no, that's not what they do. They do what they call their constructive delivery, and they register your deed in now. I've been telling y'all this for a long time. Constructive delivery and registering. So what the hell does that mean? Okay, so when I came here, it had to sift through all of this bullshit, and then these people have stacks and stacks and stacks of stuff. It's okay. Then I had so I need to understand that because now I'm kind of I'm going off of new shit and doing different stuff. So I need to understand all of the words. So I looked it up. Constructive delivery. It actually has to do with trade. It has to do with something other than what they're using it for. But what it means is trademarking or something. Okay, what it means is that property, once it was constructively registered, okay, all the prior information about it has been deleted. And now it's just this property going forward. So what information are you talking about? Well, when they register your property, okay, they reclassify it to one of their, well, it's like 13 now, and I have no idea what all of them are. Okay, but and when I was in my day, okay, they registered, they residential, agricultural, or commercial, and they reclassify your property for the sole purpose of taxation. That's it. Because the Constitution says not once, but in 2 different places that your property is not to be private property, can't be taxed. So then they make sure it don't say no private property shit on there. That's why they do the constructive. Right here, they draw the line. That shit thrown in the trash. They keep their shit over here. Okay, so let's talk a little more about the restaurant of your property. Well, the registration of your property allows them to put the first illegal lien on your property. That's my opinion. And the first illegal lien was the mortgage lien. It was the mortgage lien. Okay, let's put it a different way. If there were people who own property, all those owners have to be present to sign the lien, right? Mm-hmm. So the fact that that they accepted your signature from your happy asses prove that you own that shit already. And I smell stink. Back in the day, we didn't have to do all that shit. Back in the day, you just kept the shit in your Bible or in your firebox or whatever. And if anybody wanted to try to get on your shit, they had to come to the table with something that was dated, that was notarized and dated prior to yours. You didn't have to whip your shit out. Let me see your shit. Get the hell out of my property. It's a wrap. Oh no, but they gotta do all this stuff so they can make sure the title is clear and all. Oh, who's jumping on the title? Their asses. They fill out this fake assignment bullshit, and then they send that over to people. And then people start paying them. And then the people that was not supposed to be getting it because they ain't supposed to get it either because they screwed you over. But that was getting your money aren't getting it now. And they're mad. And then, what do? You're going to stop sending it and send it back over to them? Now they're saying you missed a month. And they're saying this happens more common than people realize. I hear people talk shit on something. Oh, you can pay your bills, you can't pay your bills 2-3 times. I mean, yeah. And it ain't the bill you're paying because the money that they said was a loan was generated with your own signature. So let me get back over to the comments there. Yep. Well, and that does that, and some people learning some shit, so that's cool. So Marquita got evicted and whatever, and she's the first person to use, and then we have Keisha. We have 2 people using the writ of mandamus foreclosure defense lawsuit package to get back in their house after the freaking eviction process. And that package is so badass. It doesn't matter how long ago the eviction process was, regardless of how long ago it was. That package can help you get back in your house. So we use the fraudulent concealment legal doctrine. We use fraudulent concealment legal doctrine. It tolls the statute of limitations. Okay, so what the hell does that mean? So there's no statute of limitations. There really ain't statute of limitations anyway. All that shit is what they. All right. It tolls the statute of limitations. So we use that shit as a cause of action in front of the 42 U.S.C. 1983, in front of the Tucker's Act, in front of the the Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. We use it in front of all of that. And so now, you can prove all that shit was fraudulently concealed from you. It's fraudulently concealed that they didn't really give you a loan. They fraudulently concealed that they stamp paid to it or order of and turn that document into a security without your knowledge or consent, and processed through the Federal Reserve for electronic credits. Oh yeah, I sound like a freak now. And Money Mechanic said they got paid 9 times the amount that went into a demand deposit account. Damn, how can the bank be broke? Oh wait, there's a federal law that says the bank's not allowed to loan the money, the depositors money. There's a federal law that the bank's not allowed to loan the depositor money. I wonder where they got the money from. Oh, what's up, Farmer Vaughn? We're just getting some shit done tonight. Keeping it real. We got some new procedures on stopping the eviction process that we got going on over here, and we got this filed right here in Yavapai County Superior Court against against all them players. We had to decide we need to add the board of supervisors, county treasurer. We need to add the county recorder, the clerk of the court, the sheriff. We've been a little busy getting the fire hose ready, and we're gonna burn some people. So, well, I'm not. Julie is. I'm just over here hiding out. Well, I wasn't hiding out because I drove over there and shoved that shit in her face just to let them know. Oh, it makes a difference when they see a face. Especially if they think you're crazy. But you know what? In this program, if you're not willing to do whatever it takes, if you're not willing to do whatever it takes, they'll smell that shit out a mile down the road. And most of the people that aren't willing to do whatever it takes, the ones rolling with the fear. Okay, and the fear If the fear is not an asset for you, then it's, well, the other thing. And that ain't gonna help you. So we're gonna get these people served tomorrow, and we're gonna keep you guys up on what we're doing here. The new RICO, the RICO mandamus lawsuit package to stop this foreclosures. We have RICO pass for everything before it's over with. It's going to be posted as soon as I get back into my office and we get this. I think we about got this wrapped up. I don't know. Turn the fear into fuel, into the fire. And that's pretty much what you got to do. Most people's fear hasn't been updated in a very long time. And most people's fear is the same fear they had as a kid growing up, because they don't teach you how to update your fear, how to do all of these things. Yeah. So, and a lot of times people have fear because they're not educated and don't understand the power or options that they have. And as an athlete, an older one, there's another fear. The fear of success. The fear of success. Now, some people refer to that as the fear of failure. Okay, I don't think there's the fear of success. The fear of success. What if I kick their ass? What if? That's in the back of some people's head. It's in the front of mine. But it's not the fear, but you know what I'm saying? And then some people drag their feet. They drag their feet. What if? What if I get my damn deed out of their office? No, that's not. What if I make a mistake? Oh, just shoot me right now. What if I make a mistake? That's the biggest shit I hear that pisses me off. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say. What if I make a mistake? What if you don't do shit and your stuff gets thrown out in the yard? So what if you make a mistake? If you're using my stuff, one mistake ain't going. Oh, if you head over to the coaching at Twitter at neighbors_coach, and you can get the coach, and we can talk about the mistake in the private chat, and we can figure out what if it was a mistake, how to change it, and it was something that other people need to know, so they're not doing the same thing. That's where. What if the fear? What if they come tomorrow? Most people have the fear, paralyzes them, and have trouble. They have trouble making a damn decision. I talked to a lady one day on the phone. She was talking about how scared she was to go into court, how scared she was of all this shit. And I'm like, all right, let me ask you something. Are you more scared of going into court and facing a judge and talking, or are you more scared of them throwing your shit out in the yard? She paused for a second. She said, oh, it's about 50-50. Click. Hung up on her ass. Well, it was more like that. I hung up on her ass. And the ex-wife was sitting over there looking. I could see her out of the corner of my eye looking at me whenever I started talking to people funny. She started thinking I'm not being nice enough or whatever. So then I called her back. And she's laughing. I said, you know what I figured? I figured you're one of those lookers. What do you mean? A looker? The lookers are the people that are paralyzed and can't decide if they want to stand up or sit the hell down. So the lookers are looking out the window every morning to see if the ass is coming for you. So if you're a looker, then you're going to wait until you see them police cars and all them cars coming down the street before you get your package off the website and take action. And she said, I need to go, coach. Oh, yeah, looked over at Max and just smiled. She had to have a visual put in her head. A looker is going to be someone who just sits over there and waits and waits. Some people are waiting to see if somebody wins. Some people are waiting just because they're scared. Some people are waiting because they want to blame it on somebody else. Some people are waiting because they're scared to win. Some people are waiting because they're scared of change. Thank you, Frederick. I'm getting hungry and I need to go eat. Y'all know how I go. When my stomach ain't happy, my brain stops working. Ain't that the truth, Frederick? When you learn what they're doing, you have no fear. Because you know you have what you need. That's powerful. Thank you, Frederick. That's powerful. You have what you need. Everything that they're doing is fraudulent. They're doing it in administrative court. They're not, I spell all that stuff out. But, you got to be able to light that fire when you pull the hose open. You pull that gas hose open. And that comes from doing the research and making sure that you go and check out the updated instructional videos that are in the video playlist and make sure you get in the coaching group. And I want to throw this out there too, because this came up. The way my program works, if you invest in it, you're investing in the educational material that you receive at the download or the email if the download misses you. And the coaching, the group things, all of that stuff is extra. And it's at my discretion. And that's the way it is. I have it that way. And so if I run into people who don't see things the same way or who want me to coach them different than I do, then I can, we're done and we're not gonna do that. I don't deal with drama. I don't deal with drama. So if you come to the table and you ask for coaching and you bring drama, you're going to be kicked out the back door and you're going to be blocked because I don't deal with drama. So I'm just telling you now, I don't deal with drama. So I have some people that have a hard time understanding that, or maybe they haven't watched the videos enough or whatever. Some people contact me and they think that I need them to buy all of my, If you don't understand the value and what we're doing here, then there's no value in us getting, because there's going to be problems later. I'm just saying, there's going to be problems later if you don't understand the value, if you haven't done your homework, if you haven't asked questions, if you don't understand the value, okay, then it's going to be a problem because you're not going to get done what you need done. This is not, we don't do conventional shit here. You have to do this yourself. And not very many times do I do a remote. You have to be really special. But I may do a few more of them because I learned a lot. Not only about who we need to be suing or whatever, but about myself too, and the coaching and what I should be expecting and not expecting. And one of the things too that I learned is that if it doesn't go the way that it should, because we haven't lined out or whatever, doesn't always mean that somebody messed up. Okay. It does not always mean that somebody messed up, because I'm looking at Julie's stuff here. They got her in 4 different courts. I said 3 at the top, but I forgot about the bankruptcy court. So they got you in 4 different courts. All big runaround. But when you have the right people facing their culpability, it makes things a little easier. Okay, because you only need one. You only need one of those people to check out. and force the rest of them to visualize their shared liability. You only need one. Just one. Okay, so I hear the kitties meowing in there. I'm going to take off and let you guys. Thank you guys. We'll be back here again in a couple of days, and we're going to make some phone calls. Maybe we'll make the phone calls from here, and you guys can listen to me call these. You can help me listen to me call these attorneys up and these people that think that they can do all this shit and not be held accountable for it. I'll call him. I called dude today when I got done. Thank you for your time, Mr. Schultz, you asshole. Well, I don't want them to think that I'm nice. Oh wait, I don't think they think that anyway. But yeah, I call him a damn asshole because I'm sure he was. He was. Well, when I called, it went straight to his, and there was a whole bunch of attorneys in there, so he must be the head asshole. Okay, I'll be nice. Thank you, private and confidential, and bless you too, and thank you for coming. Okay, so you guys make sure that you resubscribe and ring the bell and all that shit, so that you get notifications when I come on, because YouTube been screwing me over, and you guys should get over to my and follow me over there. Here, I think this is it. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think that got you close. Get over to TikTok and follow me over there. I need to get that thing rolling. When I get the number of people I need, then I'm gonna drop some more prices on a couple of things that we got over here. So you guys follow me on that TikTok. I'm gonna spend more time over there than I'm spending over here on YouTube, because I'm tired of YouTube's bullshit. So there you go. I think I got a hungry kitty in there. Thank you guys for the value sharing your time. I'll see you in the next live stream.